Hello. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our teaser session for convention. Andrée Jetté will be one of our main stage speakers in Orlando in November. Please allow me to welcome Andrée Jetté, President of Vision 360. Welcome, Andrée.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. So, I just want to thank you so much for being here to this mini talk on a big subject. And the subject is, how do we get back to our joy, to our equilibrium after COVID? And is COVID over anyway, right? Oh my God, we've been so challenged. We've been so challenged for the past year. And the challenge for all of us was that we went through too many changes too quickly. And when you do that, well, the brain gets overwhelmed and we are into a reactive mode, knee-jerk reaction. And then the body gets filled with stress hormone, adrenaline. I'm sure you know what that is, or cortisol. Well, if you have a little bit of adrenaline and it goes down at the end of the day and you know how to relax and have skills, you're good. But with COVID, we could not let go of stress hormone. So it turned into cortisol. We don't want any cortisol because cortisol actually kills the immune system. So how crazy is that? We're going through a pandemic. We need a good immune system, but it's being killed. Or, you know what it does? It makes you age quickly. I mean, I'm looking at my face. Sometimes I go like, oh, I'm aging, right? So it makes you age. And the worst part is you sleep, but you don't get any rest. Or you go to bed at night and you say, I'm so dead tired. Need to go to bed early. But you're so stressed that you're in bed and you're looking at the ceiling and you go like, oh my God, I'm not sleeping. Oh my God, I'm not sleeping. I've got to sleep. And when you start saying, I need to sleep, guess what? You're not going to sleep. So you start thinking about crazy stuff. Of course, your husband or partner is sleeping, deeply and snoring, right? So the person becomes an irritant in your life. So, or you fall asleep right away, you go to bed, you fall asleep, you wake up at 3 a.m. and you are wide awake. And then you just start making lists in your mind, you're having conversation with people at work. And then the body is lying in bed, but the mind thinks you're working. So you are actually working, but you're not being paid for all the extra time you're putting out right now. So what do? Well, we need to lower the level of stress hormone in the body, and you need to raise the level of endorphins or serotonin or, all the good stuff, the dopamine. So we need to get back into that equilibrium first. So what we're going to do, quickly, I'm going to share a story with you where I had to deal with change and I did not react properly. And we're going to use that today as an analogy to see how you did react to COVID. So there's 4 types of people, right? So hear my story. Dominican Republic, my son is 14 at the time. And we love to do boogie boarding. So we get to the beach and someone says, you're new here, right? And I said, yeah. And a person says, not a good day to do boogie boarding. And I'm thinking it's a beautiful sunny day. And the guy says, well, last week we had an hurricane and it left some rip current and undertow current. And I have no idea what he's talking about. I totally denied what he was talking about. I didn't pay attention. So get the board with my son, attach the board, big wave. We're having a ball, fun. Then my son says, Mom, look at that wave. And it's like a huge wave. And as this wave is coming towards me, I'm freaking out. I'm thinking, oh my God, this guy was right. I'm such a bad mother. And when you stress, you could be smart. You cannot access any data. So you can't think properly. So what my reaction was to take my board, turn around like this, pretending and thinking, if I do not see the wave, it might not see me. I mean, how stupid can I be? I'm in that position. I mean, when that wave came, I was thrown, and then I was like going around being scratched. I lost the top part of my bathing suit, was not even aware. I mean, I'm thinking, where's my son? Where's my son? Another wave came, threw me to the beach. I'm on my back, freaking out, half naked. And I open my eyes. My son is there. I'm going like, oh my God, my son is out. I'm fine. And he throws a towel at me. He says, Mom, cover yourself up. And I'm going like, oh my God. And I was so humiliated and stressed. And so I wrap around, get another bathing suit. And my son says, we need to go back. I said, no, I'm freaking out. He says, Mom, you said when we fall off the horse, we need to get back on. So he said, come on, Mom. So I started to watch people that were doing it properly. And I got some wisdom out of what they were doing. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go back. And the trick was to actually, when the wave came, they never turned around, right? They used the board they dove at the bottom part where there's less chaos. So I said, I'm gonna go. So I'm just about to go. My son screamed, Mom, Mom, did you sign your will? I said, yes, I signed my will, and you get nothing. That was no, he's getting everything. So I got in, focus, dove in at the bottom part, got totally on the other side of the wave, flew on that wave to the beach. So I went back to fun hormones instead of keeping, that energy of like, I'm stressed and I don't want to go back. So why am I sharing this story? It's because when it started, the wave of COVID came. Some people totally denied it. People said, no, there's no COVID, right? But whatever you resist in life persists. It creates more stress. Some people froze. It's like a deer crossing the road going like, ugh. But when you're a tree and you're stiff, you break, right? So some of us broke because we were like just frozen there. Some people said, I'm going to get in. They dove in, but on the top of the wave with no skills, no resilience. They got into chaos. They got overwhelmed, and they went into a burnout or a depression. I have no judgment here. I'm just telling you that some of you, some of us, but all of us at that point reacted, doesn't matter where the reaction was. But some of us had skills. We call them resilient one. You know what they did? Oh, they dove in at the bottom part where there's just about no movement. And when they came on the other side, they were not in a reactive mode. They were in a very powerful place where they were creating change. They became the agent of change. You've got to know that if you continue to react constantly, you lose energy, there's more stress. If you go to the resilient side of you, and I'll show you what it is, then you're not in a reactive mode, you're in a creative mode, you're a creator. What do we want to create out of this? This is a very powerful place. Now, resilient people have three qualities. Number one, they know they have good days. They know they have bad days. When they have bad days, they don't really talk about it. They don't stretch it for 3 days. But when they have good days, they actually talk about it. Number two, they have this amazing ability to change their focus on what they have, what's working, instead of focusing on what they don't have or what's not working. It's that mindset, it's that focus, it's a neural pathways that tells them how to refocus quickly. And number three is gratitude. Do you know that study shows that if you can name 3 things a day that you're grateful for, after a month, your life will be totally different? So the people that are resilient have an amazing amount of gratitude. So don't we have gratitude now to be able to maybe physically reconnect with people and no masks? So let's go and be grateful. Now, the road back to fun, to joy, the road back to equilibrium is through your 5 senses. So we're going to do an exercise here today because I want to give you at least one exercise before we meet on November 19th on how to connect with your 5 senses and go to that place where you're in your power. When there's an hurricane, there's an eye in the middle that's very, very quiet. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to stop everything else and be very quiet with our 5 senses. So here's the exercise. Let me just get my chair. Here we go. So I have an orange, or you can have essential oil if you want to, or nothing for your smell. Doesn't matter. Astronauts and pilots that fly those airplanes are amazing at managing their stress. They know how to breathe. When you're stressed, you breathe like this. And if you have no oxygen in your brain, you're not really smart, right? Well, you're smart, but you can't access the data, like I said. So we're going to learn to breathe properly. I'm going to ask you to breathe to the count of inhale for 3. So it's going to be inhale, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to ask you to hold. And then we're going to breathe out 5 count, not 4 in, 4 out, because it becomes automatic. I want you to focus. I want you to step out of time and space, be in the middle of, there's an hurricane, but you're in the middle. And when you're going to start breathing 1, 2, 3, I'm going to say pause. I want you to use your inner vision to see the word peace or calm if you want calm. Okay, so we're just going to practice one time. So breathe in, 1, 2, 3. See the word calm. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to breathe again, but this is what we're going to do. I want you to start giving yourself a massage. So we're going to use the sense of touch, your nose, and your inner vision, 3 senses out of 5. So start giving yourself a massage, and we're going to breathe. So close your eyes. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Focus on the word calm. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. All right. So breathe in, give yourself a massage. 1, 2, 3. Hold. See the word calm. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. Rub your hands. Rub until it's really, really warm. So you need to bring some energy. Bring some energy. Up. Bring up. And then close your eyes. Put your hands like this. And say to yourself, repeat after me, I choose to be totally compassionate towards myself. I choose to be totally, totally compassionate towards myself. I choose to be so compassionate towards myself. I choose to be a creator. Indeed. You can open your eyes. That's how the astronauts are doing it. They know how to breathe and use their 5 senses. I want to invite you, November 19. We're going to bring some music. We're going to have fun. And it's going to be fantastic. So from my French-Canadian heart to your heart, I send you some good vibe. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you so much, Andrée. I hope all of you had that calm moment like I did, and have energy for the rest of your day or your evening or for the rest of your week. And I can't wait to see your whole energetic neuroscience-based stage presentation the Friday of our Orlando convention. So thank you again so much for joining us today. And thanks as well to all of our esteemed panelists, our moderators, our keynote speakers for today's virtual mid-year summit, and to the entire GBTA team for their exceptional production talents. So please let us know how we did today in your eyes. We will send you a survey. We want your frank and honest feedback. That will always be what I ask of you. And I look forward to seeing you virtually or certainly in person at our upcoming events this fall. Be safe, travel well, and learn a lot between now and when we meet again. Thanks for joining us.